everyone! I hope you're having a wonderful day, no matter your situation or location. In this video, I'm going to be giving you an update on a personal project I'm working on in JavaScript. So basically, what I was doing in JavaScript is I was taking DateTimeLocal inputs and then I was converting them into my IndexedDB. But I also, when I wanted it to read out to the user, I wanted it to read it out in something that was easier to understand. And I wanted it to read out the date like I would personally read out the date. Instead of like 12 something, I would read it out as like December 23rd, 2018 for my date. So basically what I did is I basically created a function which will convert the DateTimeLocal into a date that's easily legible. So I'm going to go into that now. So basically for my function, I wanted to replace a date that looked like that to something like this, which is like Saturday, June 17th, 2023 at 9:45 a.m. Versus something that would look like this, which I personally can't understand, and I don't think my user would understand either. So basically, I just had this in my create checklist function, but I made this a function so I can really display it anywhere. That's pretty easy to see, so I'm going to go into the function now. Okay, so the first thing I actually should say is to convert this from like a military time to like a standard time, what you need is to put this script into your HTML file. I have it in my upper part of my HTML up here, but this really just helps like convert it from like this military time to like a time that I would understand, from like AM to PM. So basically what I call this function is getDateString. And I have it with a timestamp, which this is because I'm using IndexedDB. But if you are using, let's say you're just like accepting the input and you're not saving the data, you can replace this parameter with whatever your input is. And then date location, this date lock, which basically just means date location. I would think of this as like the ID of where you want to put the date, but that's really up to you. So then because I am using IndexedDB, I did DB equal transaction, the name base, and I'm just reading it because I'm not changing anything. I just want to read it, so then I convert this numbers. And then I made an object store with that, and then I got this object by its timestamp. This part is really what's necessary even if you're not using IndexedDB. So I converted that input into a new date, and then what I did is I created the reason why you need to download the script is that you're going to get the date. So basically for your date, you're going to get the day. So like from the 7-week schedule, you're going to get that date, and then for this, then I did the get month for the second portion for all the way from January to December. And then I also turned the year into a string, and then I turned the date of the month into a string. So basically from that, I then converted mtime into a string, like all of that into a string, and then I sliced it to find if it was AM or PM to a string. And so this is kind of what you need the script for. So what you're going to write is moment. Because you sliced this is like your hour and minute. And then I converted that into like the hour and minute format. I then converted this into the hour, then minute, then this A with this moment function equals AM or PM. So for this event, I just had AM, but PM can work just as fine. And then I basically created a string that like your event is plus the day of the week, then the day of the month, then the day of the day, then the day of the year, and the time, etc. And also, you don't really need your event unless you're doing something very specific like I am. But for the most part, I don't think you'll really need this section. I added that to my inner HTML by my ID, and that's basically the gist of the function. So it can basically turn out like it looks right here. So that's just a function that I made that's helping me little by little with the progress on my website. I'll put it in the description below if you want to use that function as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Please subscribe if you want to see more.